What's up, everybody? Welcome to Way2Fit TV, your online fitness magazine, helping you get to your fitness goals and further. Today, what are we doing? We're on our way to grocery shopping, and I figure every once in a while I'm just going to give you guys a piece of what my life is like and just talk about some random stuff. So this is my blog, just getting out there, just talking about random stuff and whatever. So we are about just over a week after my last contest. I did the Tampa Pro. If you're following me on Instagram, it wasn't my best look. Nothing compared to how I did at the Vancouver Pro show, about a month earlier. But that's okay. Yeah, not every show is going to be your best show. And every prep isn't always the same. Sometimes you think you're doing the same thing, or you're doing the same kind of cardio in the training, but there's personal things in your life. You have different stress, or you can switch jobs or whatever, and that just throws so many things off. And even though you think you're working just as hard or whatever, sometimes it's just like a different road. Sometimes you got a smooth road, sometimes you got a bumpy road, and you think you're going to get away with it driving with the same tires, and you can't get the same kind of traction. So you can think of it like that. So every time you do it, it's a learning experience. Being consistent, some people are really good at it on the bodybuilding stage, and even some of the best people, you've seen Ronnie Coleman be fantastic and sometimes come off. You've seen it with Jay Cutler. You've seen it with even Flex Wheeler, someone like him who can come on stage looking absolutely shredded, and then another show just not quite the same level of conditioning. It happens to the best of us. So I placed 13th at that show. Last time I placed 13th at a show, it was the North Americans in 2011, and it didn't really discourage me, because a few weeks later I went to the Canadian Nationals and I won my pro card. So that's the kind of thing. Some people, they got a bad placing and they just want to shut off. They want to blame everyone and just say screw it. But let me tell you, nothing in life is going to go like that. Nothing's always going to be 100%. You got to take your wins and take your losses, learn from each one of them, and always remember why you got into doing what you're doing in the first place. If your goal is to be successful and be great and be amazing, you got to realize it's not always going to be that way. And it doesn't mean just because you had one disappointment to hang it up. I recently had a client who really crushed it her first year with me, and she was just winning shows back to back, and then she had one show where she was just struggling to kind of get in shape, and and it's like she wanted to just hang it up. She was afraid of coming back on stage, not being in condition. She was afraid of all the other competitors all of a sudden, and it's not like she wasn't afraid her first contest, but now she was letting those fears get in her way. And I had to tell her, like, listen, just because one contest is bad, why is that the one that takes the rule? Well, I'm to all those contests that were good, and even if your first contest goes bad, some of the best people had terrible what's the word I'm looking for? Terrible experiences. Yeah, my wife is the one filming, in their very first contest or their second contest, whatever. And then, next thing you know, they're Mr. or Miss Olympia. So no matter what, if you're doing what you love doing, and you really want to get something out of it, and you want to get somewhere, you can't just focus on your failures and let that dictate how you're going to go in the future. You got to learn from it. You got to get back on the grind, get back on the treadmill, get back in the gym, get back on the diet, whatever, and just keep pushing yourself, right? That's life. Life is going to push you around. You got to decide to push it back. Okay, so that's me on my way to groceries. Let's try to keep this thing going, and I'll see you guys next time. Way2Fit, guys. Subscribe, like it, you know the deal. type, yeah? What's that for? What?
Shashlik.
What's shashlik?
Barbecue meat.
Okay. The bread section. Uh-oh. If you're Jamaican, you know what this is. This is hardo bread. Just think of your regular white bread, but it's thicker, it's more dense, and it's delicious. And look at that. Per slice, 27 grams of carbs. Usually that's for 2 slices, so this is double impact. Do you know the difference? Which one? Which one? 1 minute, rapid, or large? You know which one you're supposed to get? Large. Not because you want to be large, but because you want to be large. But because, really because, oh! Really because it's the lower glycemic, and that's better for everybody.